Hi, my name is Caleb Folks, and today I will be the speaker for you presenting a speech on about essays. So before I begin, I got a question. How many of you guys have used this speech for academic purposes? The question should almost always be yes, because essays are a part of education and they are a foundational part of education, and most people have been using them since hundreds of years. So why are essays so important? Essays are so important because they teach you a valuable lesson. They teach you how to put down your thoughts, how to write, and how to convey what you're trying to say through a literature standpoint. So what are the main points about speeches? What are the main points about essays? What are essays? Essays can be divided into 4 categories. You have the narrative essays, where you are narrating something and you're going step by step about a story. You go, this is how the story proceeds, this is what the story is about, and you're telling a story. That is what the narrative essays are. The second type of essay is a descriptive essay. This is an essay where you are describing something, where you're describing an event, a place, a thing, something to do with describing. So you just go on a rant about descriptions and whatnot. They're usually used for information purposes. The next thing you have is an expository speech, where you are explaining something. You are explaining how something works. So if the last type of essay was about a description, this one is explaining what that thing is about. And then the last type of essay you have is an argumentative. This is the essays where you are arguing your point. You're arguing why it should be this way, why it shouldn't be this way, the point of doing this and the point of not doing this. And usually these essays comes in a lot of different subcategories of these four main types. You have essays where they mix and match some things, where they describe something and then explain why it is that way. You have some arguments that have a little bit of narration to give you a broader depth of view, a broader depth of why they're trying to argue that point. And so using these 4 main types of essays, you can do a lot more than what you would normally be able to do with essays. And then lastly, we finally have the foundational essays. These essays are about, why you're supposed to be doing essays. They're describing, they're descriptions of essays, but you're describing, something, and then you go on to narration, and then you go on to an expository, and then you go on to an argumentative. It's the all-in-one type of essay where you combine everything, and these essays are very, very long, as you can imagine, and they are the biggest essays used in educational purposes. Now, most people use the 4, but again, you can mix and match. And lastly, why do people use essays? Why do people use essays? People use essays to teach. They use essays to convene their point, and they use essays to get across what they're talking about, like I said. And for these 4 main purposes, I believe essays are really good at what they're doing. These essays are great. Now, lastly, I would like to cite my sources. So, firstly, we have Scribner, the 4 main types of essays. These obviously was the source to give me the 4 main types. Then we have Grammarly, the essay writing, how to write an outstanding essay. This gave me a lot of context on how to write an essay, what makes a great essay, the fact that you can sometimes miss and match some essays. And then you have the Scribner and the Beginner's Guide to Writing Essays. So that just helps with a little bit of everything, per usual. And yeah, that's all I've got. Thank you.